Blessings to you, building blocks. I love each and every one of you guys. I'm so thankful that you guys have been tuning in and supporting what we're doing for 9 months. It's such an honor and a privilege, and I can't thank you enough. Why I'm coming on here is it's Make It Happen Monday, and I just wanted to encourage you. I know that this week our lesson is on Joel 2:25, and we're just talking about how the Father is in full control. That's really what that scripture is saying. It's just telling you that God is in full control no matter what you're going through. I just want to reiterate the truth that the enemy is powerless when we know who we are, when we take our power and authority that God has given us. He can't touch us. And even though in the lesson I was talking about how important those 6 keys are to apply them when you're going through the storms, when it feels like everything is coming against you, I wanted to give you another key that I did not mention in that lesson. And that is that whenever you're coming under attack, whether it's in your finances, your health, your marriage, your business, no matter what it is, your mind is under attack, because sometimes it's not a physical attack. It can even be a mental attack. Your mind can be telling you, you're not going to make it through. How are you going to figure this out? How are you going to get through this one? I want to give you the one key that you can use to cut it out, to nip it in the bud, to silence the devil right wherever he stands. And that is to resist. And sometimes we just have to stop when our thoughts are getting a little cloudy. I'm sorry. When they're getting a little cloudy, we got to stop right where we are. And we got to say, Satan, I rebuke you. I resist you. You will not lie to me. And that is so important, that we have the power, that we know we have the power, that we know we have the authority to call him out. Call out every lying spirit. Call out every defeating thought. Because guess what? We don't have to bend to that. Just because a thought comes across our mind doesn't mean that we have to allow it to take root. We have the authority to nip it in the bud as soon as it lands. And how do you know when to nip it in the bud? When it lands, if it's contrary to the promise that God has given you, if it's contrary to you succeeding, if it's contrary to you being hopeful for what God is gonna do for you, what he is gonna do for you. But see, we have to be patient. We have to let God prune us. We have to let God take us through the process so that when he gives us the promise, we are capable of handling it, of maintaining it, so that we can use it as a blessing to bless others. And not even just others as we're living. God is going to bless us so huge, so big, that your children's children for generations. He said, I will bless you forever. Forever. Now, we know that we don't live forever. We know that there's an expiration date to this life. So if he's saying, I'm going to bless you forever, then how is that? Well, that's because once you take your last breath, your children won't have to go through the same things you went through. Your grandchildren won't. Your great-grandchildren won't. See, we have to start thinking generational. So when we're going under these attacks, when Joel 2:25 is like, whoa, God has just showed his face and he's just told us, you know what, wait a minute. I was the one that sent all that against you, but now I'm going to restore to you every year, every tear, every seed that was ever planted against you. I'm going to restore it to you. And see, what I love about God is he ain't no cheap God. He's faithful. When he restores us, he's a God of multiplication. He doesn't take one thing away and then just give us one thing back. He exceeds our expectations. Ephesians 3:20, he will do exceedingly abundantly above all that we may ask or think, according to the power that works in us. So we just have to understand that we got to stop giving the enemy so much power, so much control. Is false. It's false. He is false. He has no authority over us. He has no power over us. The only way that he can have power and authority over us is if we give it to him. is if we give it to him. So I just want you to know that you can resist every lying thought. Everything that comes against you, resist it. If your situation is looking a little gray right now, resist it. You don't have to claim it. You have to see past that. See past it to the end result. Because when God calls off the army against you, that his army that he's been using to prune you and to train you and develop you and to prepare you, it's going to be amazing from there on out. It's going to be amazing. I tell you this because I know from personal experience, been there, done that. His training is real. His training is real, but his blessings are even realer. So I just want you guys to stay encouraged. Love every one of you. Again, thank you for the constant support. It's a blessing. It's truly a blessing, and it's a dream come true. So I thank each and every one of you. And until next time, you know my saying, get in your secret place, sharpen your sword, and monitor your fruit. Be blessed.